Hi everyone, my name is Billy D'Addario and I am going to talk to you today about my writing process. I have only written one novel, and it's called Lucy's Choice. The name may or may not change. I understand that editors sometimes like to change or agents sometimes like to change the title of your novel, and mine is only a working title, but right now the name of my novel is Lucy's Choice. When I began my novel, I wasn't very sure what I was doing, so I went to YouTube and I started watching videos. I watched as many videos as I could find, and YouTubers like Jenna Morci, Alexa Dunn, Stephen King, iWriterly, they all provided valuable information for me. Each one gave me information about how to start, how to plot, whether I was how to decide whether I was a plotter or a pantser, the advantages and disadvantages of both systems to start a novel. Stephen King even taught me how to decide whether, what to write about, and how to make a decision about how to write. So I was very, very, very happy about that. I was happy about that. What else? Once I started writing, or before I started writing my novel, after I decided, Stephen King's advice to me was, once you come up with an idea, think about it for a while. Let it ruminate in your brain. Come up with as many ideas as you want. Let the ideas float in and out. And any ideas that stick for a couple of weeks, those are ideas that you should continue to think about. And if you come up with one idea that sticks for a couple of weeks, that's the idea that you should write about. And that's what I did. My idea that I wrote about was about a woman whose father left her and her mother when she was a teenager. He dies. He gets in touch with her. His lawyer gets in touch with her. He ends up leaving her a farm and $20 million, so that way she has money to run the farm. It's a wonderful story, a love story, because she falls in love with the farm manager. After I decided what I was going to write about, I went to Pixabay, which is a online free content photo supply, and you can get pictures that you can use for free. And so I downloaded pictures of each one of my characters and wrote 300-word essays, so that way each one of my characters would have not a personality template so much as a definite reason for being in the story and a connection to the main character. And I did that in 300 words for each one of my characters, my main characters. I didn't know what kind of side characters I would need. I didn't know that I was going to need, for example, I didn't know that I was going to need a doctor. I didn't know that I was going to need a farmhand besides the farm manager. Things like that. So there you have it. After I did that, then I started writing. My writing process was that I would write every single day for 2 to 4 hours a day. And I did that almost religiously until my shoulder got a nerve injury and I had to take 6 weeks off for physical therapy. When I took the 6 weeks off for physical therapy, I thought I would have a difficult time getting back to my writing, but I didn't. I just read down to where I had taken off, and then I started writing right back where I started. I didn't really have any, in all of my novel writing, I didn't have any spots where I had writer's block. If I did have a day where I was a little bit anxious about what I was going to write and I wasn't sure about what I was going to write, I just started writing, and eventually I got into the flow. Usually within a paragraph or 2 paragraphs, I got into the flow. So that way, I felt like I was training my body and my mind to get used to, this is what we're going to do every day. This is what's going to happen. Get used to it. And that's kind of what happened. I got used to writing every day. My body had to get used to it because I've got chronic pain, and so it was a little bit harder for my body to get used to it than it was for my mind to get used to it. I write short, so even though I'm finished with my novel, I'm about 20,000 words short of what my goal was, which is 50,000 words, and I've only got 30,000 words written. Let's talk a little bit about my editing process. My editing process is pretty straightforward. I edited on the computer. I took it through a spell check and a grammar check program, and then I read through it and found any errors that I could find, and then I printed it out and I went through it looking for any errors that the computer may have missed, and there were some that the computer actually missed. And then I went through it again. I made the corrections on the computer, and then I went through read through it on the computer again, and then I printed it out, and then I read through it again looking for more errors, and I did find a few more errors. Each time you read through it, you're going to find a few more errors. Not more errors. I mean, you're going to find errors each time you read through it, but you'll find less errors each time you read through it. Nobody's perfect. Nobody catches all of their errors the first time or even the second time they read through it. But after reading through it 2 or 3 or 4 times, you will have caught the majority of your errors. You should be close to being error-free. It's helpful for me because I've got a degree in technical editing. So I've got an advantage that some people might not have. Given that, I'm lucky. Luckier than most people, I would say. What else? Then I sent it off to my agent. I am doing what is called CoPublishing, which is different than indie publishing and different than it's different than co-publishing, or co-publishing is different than indie publishing and different than traditional publishing. Co-publishing is where you find a publisher and together you publish it, split the profits for a period of time. Even though you remain, you keep all I keep all the rights to the story, all the publishing rights, but we split the profits for a period of time until the book is the publishing price is paid for. It's not any more expensive than publishing it yourself. So it's not any more expensive than indie publishing, but I don't have to wear all of the hats. I don't have to be responsible for hiring an editor. I don't have to be responsible for hiring somebody to design the book cover. I don't have to be responsible for hiring somebody to do the inside layout, to do the typography. So it has those advantages. For this first book, I didn't want to have to be responsible for everything myself. That way I can get right on to writing my second book. And that's the advantage to co-publishing. And I didn't have to wait months and months for a traditional publisher to get back to me and say yes or no, they were or were not going to publish my book. It's the best of both worlds. I feel like it's the best of both worlds anyway. So that is my publishing that is my writing and publishing process. If you have any questions, oh, and my publisher is Mountain Springs. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. If you have any comments, please don't hesitate to write them in the comments block below. Please like this video, press the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends. Keep writing. We'll see you next time. Thanks.